Safety first, I do have my safety glasses on. We're going to be cutting a bunch of these amber straight side Cokes and different bottles that we have found in the past couple of videos or in the past in general, and trying to upcycle them into drinking whiskey glasses, or like this one right here that actually has the bottom broke. I'm going to actually try to make some kind of lampshade or something out of it. It's too cool with that pictorial elephant to let it go to waste. This bottle was whole, but the flash crack traveled down it and it fell apart by the time I got it home, which is a sad day. And then I, like a nincompoop, dropped the side that was broken and shattered it into a million more pieces. So I didn't know that it was broken when I pulled it out of the bag. Now I do. A little bit too late, right? So let's see if I can save this thing. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try to line this saw blade up right here on this tile saw. And I'm going to try to leave the word elephant where it's embossed on the bottle on there. A lot of people have seen TikTok videos and different videos online showing people heating up strings and breaking bottles, or cutting bottles. I'm going to say breaking because it will break an antique bottle if you put heat on it. So here we go. Let's see if this tile saw will do the trick. I think that I'm lined up where I can leave the word elephant on there, and hopefully these cracks that are in it aren't going to travel any further. It is kind of a toss-up of, you know, whether it'll work or not, but it's always worth trying to save this awesome history. Here we go. Make sure we got water, and we do. The hardest part's when you first touch, and then when the blade exits the bottle. There we go, guys. The bottom's off of it, the elephant's preserved, and now all we gotta do is finish the bottom. So the bottom always looks really rough on these things after you cut them with a saw, so we gotta come in and finish it. I'm not gonna show you my trick to that, sorry. If I did that, everybody and their mama would be making these glasses, and then I would be out of business. Look how thick that glass was, though, where we cut it. I mean, just monstrously thick. And that could have been what I was feeling, because on some of these bottles like this one that I just cut, look how much thinner it is. Just a lot different feel whenever you go from thick glass to thin. Just kind of got to get a vibe for it. So let's do a straight side coat. It should be a lot easier. We're inspecting for cracks. We're inspecting for air bubbles. The last thing you want to do is let that saw blade touch this thing if it's got a flash crack down here, because then it could get your hand. I would recommend wearing leather gloves. Obviously I'm not today, but I have done a bunch of these things through the years. So it's one of those things where I've kind of got a feel for it. All right. So these bottles do have a shoulder script as well as a heel script, and then an arrow in the middle. We're going to be cutting the shoulder script off, leaving the arrow in the heel script is going to be the goal. So let's line it up. That looks like it right there, and away we go. That's how it's supposed to work, not like that elephant. This part is now garbage, and you see it still has some mud in it from where we found it. Rough around the edges, but it's flat, level, and ready to be worked the rest of the way. Let's cut one more. This one right here looks like it doesn't have any flashes or anything. Let's go with it. Got another one done. Sometimes when the glass breaks through, you still got this slip. That doesn't matter. With my finishing process, we're gonna be able to fix it up. Look how uneven that is, guys. Very crude bottle. I mean, there again, this is probably circa 1914. One more. Let's do a different one. I'm gonna try to do a try me. I'm gonna cut it right at the rib. Crash piece. And now we got a nice double shot glass after a little bit more work. I guess I could go ahead and do this Nehi I found. That one's got a little bit bigger of a step than what I like. I'm gonna see if I can cut part of that off. Much better. I can work with that now. So I just wanted to take y'all through the steps and show you guys how we saw these. Now I'm going to do a little bit of work to them and show you what they look like before we put them into the tumbler. What I will tell you guys is, for me to finish this lip, I had to build an automated process for many of these things as we sell. This thing is completely hand built by me. Thankfully, I used to be a machinist, so I have a good idea of how to do this stuff and make it look better. We're gonna run this around the top and I'm gonna show you what it looks like before we tumble it. So anybody can cut one of these with a tile saw, but to get that very nice, well-rounded lip, that's what takes the skill, guys. And you can see that it looks like it's actually made that way. Now you may be thinking, well, what do you do to make that top shine like the rest of the bottle? Well, I had specially made many tumblers built just to be able to tumble these cups and make them look as good as they do. So if you look right here, these that are all short are all housing whiskey glasses, guys. And so that will actually take that lip right there and shine it up and make it look just as good as the rest of the glass. So super cool process. It is lengthy, and that's why we have to try to get around $35 to $40 for these things, because it takes a lot of time and effort on our side. So I am about to show you guys a couple of the whiskey / drinking glasses fresh off of the tumbler, where you guys know what a finished product looks like. But meanwhile, I'm gonna put this bottle in there and we're gonna let this time lapse for about 7 days. So whenever this stops, I will have this bottle, a beer bottle, and a couple of whiskey glasses to look at. This is gonna be another one that we're gonna be tumbling for Johnny. And this is a beautiful Anheuser-Busch Beverage Association is what it looks like. At least that's what I think the abbreviation is. I've never found one of these, so I've never done the research on it. This is from Savannah, Georgia. Got a beautiful A with an eagle on it. Very, very nice beer bottle. This one does have a little bit of rash on it, but we're gonna be able to shine it up and make it a little better anyways. So I'll show you guys what this one looks like whenever it's done as well. We are about to take these bottles out. It has been 5 days. Let's see what they look like. I'm hoping they turned out good for Johnny. First one up is gonna be that Waco, Texas bottle. And it's gonna be nice and black from all the layers of glass that have been removed. But hopefully it's gonna look really good when everything is said and done. So first thing we're gonna do is rinse all the black off and get the majority of it off that we can. and then I'm going to show you guys what it looks like. So if you look right here, you see you got these little black marks still on it, and there may even still be some in small divots in the glass. That's where the acid is incredibly important to get rid of the remainder of that black gunk. So we're going to drop it in there. We're going to let it soak for about 10 or 15 minutes. Then we'll check back and see what it looks like. While we wait on that other bottle in the acid, I am going to go ahead and take his other bottle out as well, which is the old Anheuser beer bottle. And this is the one I'm actually the most excited to see what it looks like after an acid bath. And again, this is just my shop sink, and that's why it's so dirty. You got to have a bottle sink when you find as many bottles as we do, and that's all that gets done in this one is me cleaning antique bottles. So here we go. You can see how it has a light gray tint to it. Some of the black is inside of the air bubble right there. That's where the acid comes in to take care of that stuff again. So this one's going into an acid bath now, and I'll take them both out and let you see them here in just a second. All right, back into the acid bath. Let's see how these things turned out. First up is the Waco, Texas. And again, we reuse this acid every single week, so it just stays right here in a 5-gallon bucket. I slide a lid on it and then put it underneath my cart right here. Let's see what this thing looks like though. There we go. So there we go, guys. That's it. Remember those black marks that were on the hill? They're long gone. Anything that was hung in air bubbles or scratches is gone. The stuff that's around the lip is gone. And if you look, that is a beautiful bottle now, guys. Absolutely pristine. Heck yeah. Now we're going in after the Anheuser, and this is the one I'm the most excited about. And truthfully, with that air bubble holding some blackness inside of it, it may be that we let this soak a little bit longer in the acid to get it out if the black didn't turn white. And with those air bubbles, they can be very, very difficult to clean because they hold the dirt, the grime, the grit, all that nastiness. There we go. So if you look, it is much, much clearer, but it does still have some of the black gunk hung in that open air bubble right there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put it back into that acid overnight, and then I'll take it out tomorrow, and that will eat the rest of that black off. It'll take time for it to seep inside. So overall though, that's a beautiful bottle. So the Anheuser Busch is back in there. I didn't show you guys these beforehand, but I do have some whiskey glasses and stuff in the works. This was a straight side Coke right here. It was a little too rashed up when everything was said and done, so I decided to go ahead and tumble it. I think you guys can probably see why now. Look at the clarity on that bad boy. Ooh, that's gonna be a beautiful one. Somebody's gonna enjoy that whiskey glass, guys. And the last little bottle that I tumbled, and a lot of bottle collectors would think I'm crazy, is a bromo seltzer. But I sell these in groups, and because I tumble so many bottles at a time, it doesn't cost me too much money to go ahead and do one of these occasionally. So there we go. Look at that bromo seltzer after a quick tumble. Absolutely beautiful. This is one that came off the construction site. We will take it. So guys, are you enjoying me showing you these bottles before and after? If you are, let me know in the comments, and this may be something that we do every Sunday. Regardless, we'll see you guys in the next video.